Welcome to the Business Owner Spotlight Series. My name is Gabriel Moore. I am the senior partner and head coach here at Action Coach Vanguard in Central Iowa. Today, I have Brooke Cosic, the owner of Renewed Wellness in Ames, as my guest. We're going to be talking about her business, journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations just like this one. Brooke, welcome and thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Give us like a brief overview of your background and tell us a little bit about Renewed Wellness.
Like you've said, my name is Brooke, and I have been a caregiver for like all of my career. I was a CNA prior to being a massage therapist, and I just have like the biggest heart to help people. But being a CNA is definitely not something you want to do long term. I was doing 2 years in a nursing home, and then I was doing 2 years in hospice. Um, my mom was like, "You should find something else that will be better for you." So I was just looking at a lot of different therapies and I saw massage and I was like, well, that sounds pretty cool. That seems very laid back compared to, being a CNA. So I started going to school and realized very quickly how massage is like actually so impactful and can help so many people in so
Yes.
many different ways. So I got my license and have been massaging for like 2.5 years now. And I opened up this location at Renewed Wellness in like 11 months ago, so almost a year now. So
Wow. And
yeah.
you mentioned the words laid back, right? So like when you looked at massage and you were like, oh, that looks pretty laid back. Did
Yep.
you anticipate what you'd be getting into in regards to business ownership?
Um, Honestly, to an extent, yes, because at the end of school, we were talking about like, okay, how do you see yourself like doing massage long term? And I was always like,
Right.
oh, I'll probably open up my own location and kind of just um
Which you did.
have my own like style to things. Yeah, which I definitely did.
Yeah.
It happened a lot sooner than I anticipated, that's for sure. But it was always like in the back of my head. But yeah.
Wow. Well, tell us a little bit about what role you currently play in the business. You are still massaging, yes?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So I'm the business owner, like the manager, and also one of the main massage therapists here. So yeah.
Fantastic. And then and speaking of that, as business owners, one of our goals at Action Coach as business coaches is to help teach and implement business owners to move from job owners to actually
Right.
business owners, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you look at that, how many hours do you spend working in your business, actually massaging?
Okay.
And how many hours do you think at this time do you work on your business?
Um, right now I'm massaging like 36, 40 hours. So it's like also my
Okay.
full-time job and not
Yeah.
necessarily, I haven't really stepped into the business ownership role yet. But with the business ownership, I think I spend maybe like 2 or 3 hours, kind of just depending on the week. So
Okay.
very little like back end things. I definitely could be doing more, but
Mhm.
when is what I do now, it's about just 2 to 3 hours a week.
That's good. And I think as you go, it should the shift should happen. The shift
Yes.
should happen,
Yes.
especially if you have the right support group in place too. And
Yeah.
and you and I had spoke before about how your parents are great support, and
Yep.
so the people around you are great support. And increasing that support base, understanding the roles of those support bases in your life will help you achieve so much
Yeah.
faster. It's
Yeah.
such a great
Absolutely.
thing.
Yes.
So let's move on to what makes your business so special. Who
Yeah.
primarily does Renewed Wellness serve? If I was an audience member, which I have
Yep.
been, by the way,
Yes.
and it's great, how would I know if I was a good fit for your service?
Yeah. So here at Renewed Wellness, our goal is to really help relieve pain and muscle tension. So if you're wanting to come in to just relax and have light pressure, we probably aren't the good fit for you. We are more of a very therapeutic massage practice. So we love people who are coming in and say, hey, this hurts me, or, I really like that deeper pressure. Then we are definitely the place to go.
That's great. That actually gives you a little bit of a niche, because if you are more designed on the therapeutic side, people know that coming in, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it basically discriminates against a large target audience, that not that you
Yeah.
couldn't help them or anything, just
Right.
that they wouldn't be just coming for that, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to get on top of that right away, too. And then
Absolutely.
who knows, maybe in
Absolutely.
the future that might be a service that you add later, but
Mm-hmm.
for now, yeah. So,
Yeah.
what do you think makes your business unique? Why do your customers or clients choose you?
Um, we make relationships. We make this a very personal experience when they come in. We listen to what you have to say. And when you say you're in pain, we ask, a handful of other questions to try and figure out like why you might be in pain, or where the pain's coming from, or like how we as massage therapists can better assess and better help them. Um, and our goal is to have them come in, X amount of times to get that worked out. But we're wanting more of a long term fix, and not
Sure.
like, that's why our pressure is more firm, because we need to get in there to work it out,
Yeah.
to then actually have the pain go away. Um, and then you don't have to come like all the time, and then you can live, you have can have
Right.
optimal life, which is what we want. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
So, what is the one thing you wish more people knew about your business?
I well, I massage is typically the last place people go when they have pain. Typically they like go to a doctor first,
Interesting.
or they
Yeah.
go to like a chiropractor first, which chiropractic and massage is like the best combination. But people don't really think about massage as an actual therapy that can actually help them.
That's true.
People think of massage as like, oh, I'm gonna go and relax. And so um and also the Midwest is just kind of slow in like that kind of mindset. But um yeah, I would just, massage is so powerful, and people say that massage is like a doctor in a way, to just be able to really help the muscular pain. So
Right.
yeah.
That's good. No, that I think that the more people know, one of the reasons why we're doing this is to get a lot of this kind of information out too. And
Hmm.
you're right, though, massage is therapy, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it would be, imagine the world as a different place if we all went there first for pain before going to the
Right.
doctor. And
Yes.
I don't want to take away anything that doctors do for us, because they're,
Absolutely.
such an amazing asset, but
Absolutely.
um, how much could be avoided, right? Uh,
Hmm.
that's an interesting topic. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what approach have you taken to currently track your leads coming in? And for people that inquire about you but maybe don't set up an appointment, what's your approach on that?
Um, my approach is answer their questions, and if they want to come in, they'll come in. Kind of a saying. I
Okay,
know that massage is more on the expensive side, especially since we don't accept most insurance. So I know it can be a little bit more on the expensive side, but my goal isn't to like make people come. I want to have
sure.
the correct people like who actually want to come and actually
Right.
have my help and my services, because those are the clients that I want. People who actually value massage and they know what I could do to help them and stuff. So yeah.
That's a great way to put that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent some time focused on the business. Let's take a step back. Let's talk about you just a little bit.
Okay.
Why did you choose to go to business for yourself, as opposed to, like, let's say, massaging for another firm, or I think at one point you were massaging with a chiropractor company.
Yep.
Why did that change? What was the shift like?
Yeah. So I grew up with very entrepreneurial mindseted parents. So I kind of already had
That'll
that
do it.
entrepreneurial mindset. So um, that kind of made, working for other places a little difficult because I thought of things different and I was just kind of, raised
Yeah.
differently than a lot of other people. Um, but yes, I did spend about a year and a half as an independent contractor at a chiropractor. So I was kind of already running my own business, but like not to this extent, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
So um yeah, I was there for a year and a half, and then things were changing, and I'm like, I feel like it would be better to kind of just go out on my own. But I was also looking at just different other places. I'm like, maybe I can be a contractor at another chiropractor, but nothing just like seemed right. Like nothing really fits what I was looking for. So I was like, well, maybe I can just open up my own business and kind of see how that goes. And so we
Here
looked
you
at
are.
different places to rent, and we found this place, and we did a lot of renovating and fix it up, and here we are. So
Yeah. And I think it
yeah,
looks great. Yeah.
thank
It's,
you.
so since then, what
Hmm.
has been so far? What's been the most memorable roadblock or hurdle that you've been challenged with, and something that you've been forced to overcome?
Um, Maybe just finding ways that people know I'm here.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
what we're about to talk about next, too. Good
yeah, yeah.
segue. That's good.
Yeah, because we're on Main Street in Ames, and on Main Street, there's just so many businesses there. And
Yes.
so you never really know what you're walking into when you walk into a building. And
Yeah.
so, and this specific building, we have a couple of different floors. And so it's very interesting. People always come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea like this building even existed. And I'm
That
like,
was
yeah,
me. That was
I
me.
get
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And so, well, let's talk about that for a moment. So, right now, in regards to marketing strategies, what would you say is your number one marketing strategy that you do right now that gets you the most business?
Um, Google reviews. I'm big on
Excellent.
Google. Yeah, that's honestly the biggest thing that I do right now. When I first started, I was like walking up and down Main Street, like giving out business cards and,
Very good. Very
brochures and stuff
good.
like that. But once I had Google up and running, and I had like all the business stuff up, and then I just had a lot of my clients go and leave just honest Google reviews, and
Mhm.
that brought in a lot of clients. So
Of course it would.
yeah.
Yes. What a great tactic. No, asking customers to review your business, not
Hmm.
only is it good for marketing, but it shows your authenticity. It shows that
Hmm.
you're not afraid to accept critique.
Right, right.
And that's a powerful thing for customers.
Hmm.
They want to know that you're able and willing to accept that criticism, good or
Yes,
good or bad,
yes,
right? And then
yes,
it gives you the ability to kind of go out of your way to make sure that it's on the good side, right?
yes. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
so uh when we've covered a lot of stuff in this, let's see. I would say, what does it look like? What does renewed wellness look like in the next 5 years? If I'm like looking out and I know where you're at now, in 5 years, give me an idea, give me a vision of what you think renewed wellness looks like.
Um, I just see it being just a powerful place where you can go and find restoration and like
Okay.
healing. Um, I have a couple of girls who work for me, so it'd be super cool to be able to keep them long term and kind of just grow a little bit. Maybe having, one small location, once like town like in Ames, and maybe having another small one in Ankeny. I like to keep it small because I feel like it's a lot more personal.
Sure.
But if we can help more people and just reach more people, that would be awesome.
What a great plan. Yeah, being in two different locations, that's a
Mhm.
powerful thing. And with the right support, like you have now and are probably
Yeah,
going to have in the future, it's going to be a lot easier than you think too.
yeah, yeah.
So we've certainly covered a lot of ground in our conversation today. For those who are watching, I highly encourage you to save this and come back a few times for some additional watch. A lot of great nuggets here. At the beginning here, Brooke, I'm like excited to see where you go with this.
Mhm.
Coming from where, your parents